So again, I like to come in booty to booty so she knows that I'm here. She knows she's supported. And I'm just like, hey, right? So just hanging out there. I'm going to come in and again, clasp my hands right on. I did say hams like you too. What's going on?
I don't know what happened.
I know, I said hams, right? Anyway, my hands, my phalanges, they're going to come in and I'm going to grab and again, just lean back and do these nice big circles. And I can feel the tension that she has in the front of her shoulder, in her pecs, because when I go like this, it does not want to move. It's like, no, because she's got very strong arms and very strong muscles, and they are not having any of this.
I drove 6 hours and 24 hours, so.
She drove 6 hours and 24 hours. I don't know what the math that is.
I just drove to Dallas and back, and so.
Oh, so she made it. This. Oh, yeah. See, exactly. So you're driving, sitting, playing on your phone all the time. Not you, but people in general.
Yeah. No worries.
So once I've had a chance to really open this up, again, to come in with my palm, just move the shoulder around. Move that scapula, that shoulder blade around. Be mindful of any supportive undergarments. Taking my fingers or knuckles or thumb, whatever I want to, and just working right in along that shoulder blade line. Ooh, I feel some tension right there. Again, I'm not going to use my fingers. I use these to eat and apparently hitchhike. So I'm going to press in like this and then use my leg to push in. Use my thumb because that feels good for me. Can use my knuckles. Ooh. But either way, this is money because these rhomboids, they're like a third of the size of your pecs. But they're what helps pull your shoulders back. And every day we're using our pecs to be on our phone, to drive into Dallas. A lot of bodybuilders love to work that anterior, that front chain, get a big swole pecs and those beautiful biceps. But they're all hunched over because they haven't worked on their posterior chain. We got to bring those shoulders back, chest out, shoulders down, just like that. So that's what we want to work on with this. How's that feeling? Good. Just going around here. Now, if your receivers, again, you're like, oh man, I feel something, hang out, it's okay. You can pull their shoulder onto your fingers. I'm gonna brace my thumb on my leg and pull her on because that's what feels good for me. Not everybody's like that. Some people, they need to curl their fingers. Some people don't like to do this at all. It's totally okay. Then I'm going to come in again with my forearm, and we're going to work pecs. You can see I switched from doing like this to this because this is going to give me more over movement, and that's what works well for me. So I'm going to come in with my forearm into pecs and just move it around. Using the heel of my hand, the palm of my hand, whatever you and your receiver are comfortable with. How does that feel? We're going to get all up into pec minor, which is like kind of in the almost in the armpit. It's a real tiny one. And we're going to get into a nice big pec major, moving him around. How's that feel? Did I poke you enough?
Okay.
So I like to do that. Ooh, pull you out like this. Where are we at? Ooh, yeah. Sorry about that. So I went real hard.
Yeah, do it quickly.
I went real quick, real hard on side pecs and intercostals, which are your rib meat. I didn't warm her up. That's why she kicked.
That's why my leg was flapping
around. Yeah,
fish.
That's why she was flapping around. Fun fact, rib meat is really painful. So be very mindful of it. You got to work up to it. Maybe we should do a thing about intercostals later.
Oh, we definitely should.
Oh man, you guys are love and hate it. It's awesome. So anyway, so we're working on pecs. Got them nice and softened up. Again, whatever your receiver needs. Gonna come in, do my big circles again, because that's what feels good. And then I like to do traction this way, so I'm gonna come in. We're gonna clasp hands because we're best friends.
Besties.
Got her supported here with my inside leg. And big deep breath in. And I'm just gonna lean back. Ooh, I feel she does not wanna let go. It's okay, she's got strong muscles. We're just gonna hang out for just a moment. Okay, I'm gonna go and come back up. Big deep breath in and out. Oh. A little bit more movement there. And this is just how I like to do the traction, and it pulls on levator scapula, it pulls on traps, which are always very, very tight. It's always when you feel your shoulder blades up to your ears, we're gonna pull those down. So once we've done that, I'm gonna come in, and again, with the soft part of my forearm, right before the elbow, elbow is very pointy, so it's this area right here. I'm gonna bring it in,
Dang, girl.
right on this what?
Stretching the heck out of my collar, girl.
No, no, I'm moving it out of the way. Oh, okay.
My bad.
I'm sorry, gently move
With love.
for Green Day.
Yeah.
In this vintage t-shirt.
Vintage from Target.
What's as old as new.
I know.
Is gently move it out of the way because
Because I'm sensitive.
Because she's sensitive. And we're going to use that part of our arm. Again, I'm going to move up just a little bit more. I'm going to hook in. And again, keeping in mind, not going to the front of the neck. We're going to hook in and then pull back. It's safer that way, easier for everybody. And get some of that upper traps, some of that levator. How does that feel?
Good.
Would you like more or less pressure?
I'm good.
Okay, so she's good here. We're going to hang out here. And depending on how your receiver is, you know, again, you might have super, super dense tissue, so you just got to hang out and be cool. And this is where we're at. If it's super dense, you can go in with your knee. You can go in with your shin. You can go in with your elbow like I am. It's whatever works out well for you and your receiver. So I'm going to shear up just a little bit right there to get a little bit more of that levator attachment. And just a hint of those suboccipitals. How does that feel? So, and the pressure that I'm doing is I'm doing downward pressure and then shearing up this way and then shearing a little bit towards the back. So it's 3 different planes of movement, existence, I'm unsure, but that's what we're doing. That's kind of how it feels to her, but they're very, very subtle movements because this area is very small and we want to go very slow. How's that feel? Yeah. If I wanted more pressure, which I'm going to be very gentle because I'm going to back up just a little bit, because you can see the neck muscles, there's a lot of them. They get angry easily. But when I want to, I'm going to press in right there. But say I found an area that needed just a lot more of attention for whatever reason. For Kristen, because I know I'm already super deep, I'm going to come out just a little bit. And then if I wanted to, I can bend my arm and now use the pointy side of my elbow and really get into those subocs and that levator attachment. I'm doing very, very light pressure. Kristen, how does that feel?
It does not feel light, but it feels good.
She says it does not feel light, but it feels good. And that's true because I'm using a very sharp tool. We're doing broad. See how I leaned forward? It's a little easier. I'm going to lean back and use my elbow. Ooh, way sharper. So again, just be mindful of where your receiver is at, what they can and cannot handle. How's that? Okay. So once you feel that you've softened this area up a lot, I like to move back down, come back in, hug the shoulder, being very gentle of the vintage t-shirt collar.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do some neck work. And like I said, I like to use my hands for this and my thumb. I like to bring the shoulder up closer to the ear, finding some of that dense tissue that I was feeling earlier, which I feel more in this area for Kristen.
Yep.
So I'm going to move this out of the way because I can't see. You're going to wear a lower shirt next time. Right in that area for Kristen. I'm going to come in, hook in with my thumb, big deep breath in. Oh, she feels it. And then I'm going to slowly pull back, just like that. So this is another pin and stretch right here on those neck muscles. Do you mind tilting your head forward just a bit so they can see? Thank you. So as you can see, ooh, yeah, I'm right there, right along there. Okay, go ahead and relax again. And this is just where I'm going to hang out, right here on, pretty sure this is levator and traps.
Definitely feels like it.
Yeah. And just press in, and then I like to move the shoulder around to get some movement in there. Ooh, it's so tight. She's so tight right there. We should have done this side first, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Would have been a half an hour of just right neck.
I know.
But you can follow this line, levator really, from the scapula, from the shoulder blade, all the way up to here. And then that brings you into just some really great scalp work. You like to press in and move around, or you like to do the scritches, like, you know, just scritching a cat.